The Roboquest just released its in this update, and with it you now have access to 5 perks, which makes builds a little more complicated. So because of that, I want to make a quick little build guide for Guardian, because he's got a very strong build, and I don't really have the time to make a guide for every class just yet. I'm going to save that for later. For now, it's just going to be this Guardian build. So the 2 perks that you want to get first are Line Breaker and Media Bubble. These two are incredibly strong. They give you a lot of damage for your guns. They also give you damage for while your bubble is up through Media Bubble. For this build, if you can get these two first, they'll make going into that first boss fight a lot smoother, because that first boss fight is really difficult. After that, you ideally want Solar Panel and Tack Slap. Solar Panel is the main driving factor of this build. The idea is that while you have Media Bubble up, and you're damaging enemies and they drop healing cells, you can pick up the healing cells. Solar Panel then recharges your bubble, and you have basically permanent uptime on that bubble as long as you're clearing enemies fast enough. That's where Tack Slap comes in. It also gives you more bubble uptime on top of Solar Panel. Finally, for that 5th perk, you can use pretty much any of these 3. I personally like Safe Space because it lowers the cooldown of Bastion even more, but ideally you could take any of these depending on your preference. They'll all work really well. You can see this version of this build in the gameplay I have in the background here. I'm just going to let that run for a little bit into the boss fight. But you can see that I've got pretty much permanent uptime on the bubble. I have a lot of damage from Media Bubble happening as I'm clearing each room. I've also got a lot of healing cell generation through the shredder I'm using, because melee weapons generate even more healing cells. This means that on boss fights, because the shredder is such a fast-firing weapon, it generates so many healing cells that I have literally permanent uptime during the boss fight on that shield. Candies, the item, is also helping a lot because it basically acts like Solar Panel, but more. So if you get it and Solar Panel, then the uptime on your bubble shoots way up. But the build will work really well even without that.